Hey makers, welcome to the Make Your Co channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I am a mom. I am an Etsy shop owner. Specifically, we do laser cut products. Today, I'm here to talk about a topic that is a little more mindset focused and less strategy focused. I really think my natural strengths lie more in research, SEO, strategy. I can become a little obsessive when it comes to those things. I'll spend hours watching YouTube videos on SEO strategy or researching tags and titles. What does not come as natural to me is the entrepreneurial mindset. I have always wanted to own my own business for as long as I can remember. I remember being probably 11 or 12 years old, and I really wanted to own a radio station. I don't know why. I actually researched about it. I had a whole stack of papers printed out on how to start your own radio station. I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, but I think my biggest struggle has always been mindset. People ask me all the time, or people say all the time, I don't know how you do what you do. Sometimes I reply, I don't know either. Sometimes I'm like, well, I'm just crazy, one or the other. But mindset has a huge part to play in this. If you think you can't do it, you will not be able to do it. And that is something that I have struggled with so much since the moment that we first purchased our Glowforge in the waiting period. I don't do good in the waiting period. I do much better just staying busy and active. It just helps my mind. But so, questioning, will I ever be able to sell anything? Will I be able to do this? So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, specifically about being a mom. So when we purchased our first machine, we purchased a Glowforge Pro in October of 2020, and I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. They're less than 2 years apart in age. And if you have children, especially young children, you know that at those ages, they really need a lot from you. As a mom, it was my heart. I wanted to give them what they needed of me. The whole reason I started was so my time could be flexible, so that when I wanted to be at my kids' activities, I could be there and I didn't have to wait on approval to get off or things like that. I just wanted to have the freedom to just up and be where my kids were, to support them anytime I wanted to or needed to be there. On the flip side, starting a business, especially the way we started our business with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, was not easy. Thankfully, we do have family that helped us a lot during this time, but to say we were exhausted is, the word exhaustion doesn't quite cut it. When we first purchased our machine in October of 2020, I was working a full-time job at a local university, and my husband was also working a full-time job at a local university. We had worked remotely for a while in March, April, May, during the beginning of the COVID pandemic. By this time, we were back in the office. So, I was at work every day, 8 a.m. till 4:30, pick up my kids on the other side of town. By the time I made it back to my house, it was usually about 5:30 in the afternoon. So from 5:30 until my kids went to bed around 8 o'clock, I just tried to give them all of the attention that I could give them. I wanted to make sure that me starting this business didn't affect my time with them, because that's why I started it. So after bedtime, that is when our work started. So me and my husband, once the kids were in bed, we worked to fill our orders from 8:30 or 9 until they were done. There were a lot of nights that we went to bed 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember one night before a big Christmas market event we did, I went to bed at 5 a.m. and I think I had to be up at 7. And our Glowforge at that time was actually in our bathroom, in the master bedroom. So sometimes, I do not recommend this, but I would press play on my Glowforge and go just lay down for 10 minutes because I was so exhausted. So many people tell me I could never have done what you did. Part of it, I think, has to do with calling. Some people don't believe they have a calling, but I truly believe that being an entrepreneur and starting this business was a part of my calling. It's just a part of what I'm supposed to do. So I think I had grace for it. And some people won't have grace to do what I did or won't have grace to do what you do because it's just not what they're supposed to do. And that's okay. But if you feel in your heart that you want to start a business, you want to create a life with more flexibility, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. And you might lose a lot of sleep in the process, but I'm here to remind you that it won't be forever. We started this business 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. And the other night I went to bed at 9 o'clock. For at least a year and a half straight, I did not go to bed before 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, never, unless I was sick. But we are now at the point in our business where we can go to bed at a normal time. We don't really work past 5 o'clock, 4:30, sometimes earlier. Just a few days ago, we both just stopped working at 2 o'clock on a Friday and spent an early afternoon with our kids because we can. And I would say it is 100% worth it. If I had to go back today and start all over, I'm not sure if I could do it. If I had the grace to do it, I would. But was the time that I put in worth it? Absolutely. It was absolutely worth it to get to this point, to have more flexibility, to have more freedom, to be at the point where we can hire employees so that it's not all on our shoulders. Now we can take a day off. So if you're a mom and you're in the beginning of starting a business like I was 2 years ago, don't give up. If it's really in your heart and it's really something you want to do, don't give up. Find ways to make it work for you and for your family. For me and my husband, it meant a lot of late nights. It meant a lot of lack of sleep. But we had a vision in our mind of where we were getting. We knew it wasn't forever, and that really helped us press through to get to that point. We made a lot of strategic moves along the way, such as purchasing a machine so that we could produce our items quicker, which means we got to work a little less. So a lot of things you learn in the process, but I truly believe that if you just put your mind to it and do it, make a plan, say, this is where I am today, but in a year from now, I want to stop work at 4. In a year from now, I want to work 3 days a week. Whatever your goal is for your family and for your business, figure out how it can work for you and make it happen. And if you need a break, take a break. Take a day off. During this time, we were running our business out of our home. So for us to take a break, we just had to go somewhere, whether it's to go out to eat or go to mall or movie or whatever. So if that's the case for you, sometimes you just need to just go out, just breathe, and then come back and start again. You might find yourself like me working late at night. If you're a stay-at-home mom now and you don't work a job, you might find yourself working during nap times or just letting your kids have an hour of TV or quiet time and trying to crank out as much during that time. If you're a morning person, which I am not, you might find yourself waking up at early in the morning, 4:30, whatever it requires of you to get the job done. Make sure as you're doing this that you do have a plan. You do have a strategy to get yourselves outside of these hours. For us, the strategy was getting to the point where we could hire help so it wasn't all on our shoulders. And we got there. Your strategy might be different depending on what kind of products you're selling, depending on what kind of business model you've created. But whatever it is, make a plan to get to that point of freedom you want, make actionable goals to make it happen, and work toward that. If something's not working, reevaluate, change it up, and continue to work. All I really wanted to say in this video is that you can do it. I know you can do it. I am proof that it can be done. Lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, I've been through all of that in building this business. But I truly think every bit of that has made me better, it's taught me lessons, and it has got me to where I am today. I hope this video has encouraged you. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. What are the things that you're struggling with in your business, whether it be balancing, work and children, whether it be strategy that you just feel like you've tried and it's not working for you, please comment below and let me know. I would love to read those, love to respond to you, give you any insight that I might have, and hopefully we can help you push past that wall that you're hitting. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you do take a break from work, stand out in the sunshine, breathe in the fresh air, hug your kids, and then get back to it.